You've heard these words your whole life, college, university, and you probably think they mean the same thing, just different names, different countries, different ways of saying the same thing. But that's not actually true because there's a difference, and once you understand it, you'll realize you've been thinking about education completely wrong. Let me ask you something. When someone says, I'm going to college, what do you picture? A campus, classes, students, professors. Now when someone says, I'm going to university, what changes? Honestly, not much. And that's exactly why this is confusing, because on the surface they look identical, but underneath they operate very differently. And that difference changes everything. Here's where most people get it wrong. They think the difference is about level, like college is smaller, university is bigger, or college is easier, university is more serious. That's not the real difference. The real difference is structure, not size, not difficulty structure. A college is usually focused. It offers a limited range of programs, more specialized, more contained. You go there to learn something specific, and that's it. But a university is a system, not just one institution, a collection of multiple colleges working together under one structure. Now think about that. Inside a university, you don't just have one type of education. You have many: engineering, business, arts, medicine. All separate but connected. That's why universities feel bigger, not just physically but academically, because they are. But here's where it gets more interesting. In a college, the focus is mostly on teaching. You learn, you attend classes, you complete your degree. Simple. But in a university, there's something else happening. Research, creation of new knowledge. Not just learning what already exists, but expanding it. And that changes the entire environment, because now professors aren't just teaching. They're investigating, building ideas, running experiments, pushing boundaries, and you're inside that system, whether you realize it or not. That's why universities often feel more intense. Not because they're harder, but because they're deeper. Now here's something subtle. In a college, you're usually closer to the system, smaller classes, more direct interaction, more visibility. But in a university, you can sometimes feel like a small part of something much bigger, more freedom, but also more responsibility. And if you don't take control, it's easy to get lost. Now here's the part nobody talks about. In many places, the words are used interchangeably, especially in countries like the US, where college can mean everything. So people grow up thinking there is no difference, but there is. It's just hidden behind how casually we use the words. And that confusion changes how people make decisions, because they choose based on the name, not the structure, not the environment, not the experience. And that's where people go wrong. Because choosing between a college and a university isn't about which sounds better. It's about what you need. Do you want a focused environment, smaller, more direct, more personal? Or do you want a system, bigger, more diverse, more layered? Neither is better. They're just different. But if you don't understand the difference, you can't choose correctly. And that's the real problem, because most people think they're choosing an institution, but they're actually choosing how they'll think, how they'll learn, and how they'll grow. And those decisions stay with you long after the degree is over. So no, college and university are not just different words. They represent completely different systems, different environments, different ways of learning. And once you see that, you stop asking, which one sounds better, and start asking, which one actually fits the life you're trying to build.